Once upon a time, not that long ago, the Pittsburgh Steelers were actually good and had who to this day is the best QB running back receiver trio I've seen in the Killer Bees, who are really one of the best trios ever from both a talent and production standpoint. The third of that trio I want to talk on right now though is Le'Veon Bell. Lev was among, if really not just the best running back in the league, having one of the most unique running styles the game has seen, and was a crucial part of Pittsburgh's attack for a number of years. He was overlooked a good bit coming up, from barely getting a scholarship at Michigan State, to folks still having questions about him coming into the league, even after feasting in his 3 years of school. Mike Tomlin is that dude, great coach, so he was all for bringing Bell into Pittsburgh. Even in that moment, folks thought pick 48 was a little bit of a reach. The Steelers, though, immediately reaped the benefits. Now, he did miss his first 3 games because of a foot sprain, but as soon as he got on the field, boy, it was up. 860 yards on the ground, and got to show off a skill not seen from him in college, with another near 400 through the air, totaling up to more than 1,200 yards and 8 tugs out the gate. What's been funny about going back to 2013, though, Lev was a little husky back then. Big burly boy, playing at about 245. And in the offseason after his rookie year, he shed 20 lbs, now to around that 225-pound mark, which led to Lev's style changing for the better. He came back for his sophomore year on some nefarious behavior. Saw some wild performances from the boy, including a 3-week stretch from weeks 11 to 13, tying him with Walter Payton with 3 straight games with 200 scrimmage yards. His season ended though, right before the offs, because of course, the Bengals. Lev obviously had a hit on his head, and Reggie Nelson carried out the order and took out his knee. And with no Bell, their season was wraps. Regardless, this was the year Streets was introduced to the Le'Veon Bell, the football player that we all know and love. The unmatched patience to literally stop behind the line, waiting for a hole to open up. He also had some of the best vision I've ever seen, and since he had slimmed down, he became even more explosive and elusive, while still being a big boy with great contact balance. He was a literal puzzle that became almost impossible to stop, especially since Pittsburgh had such a great O-line. It really was a match made in heaven. Following his first Pro Bowl and first team All-Pro nods, he had to miss the beginning of another season, this time because of some actual, literal, nefarious activities. Him and fellow big boy LeGarrette Blount got canned for some DUI charges, and Bell got suspended the first couple games of the year, blah, blah, blah. He came right back looking like the same All-Pro, just under 700 total yards in 6 games, on pace for another stupid season. That is, until once again, the Bengals happened. This time it was Vontaze Burfict eviscerating Le'Veon's knee. And it's funny too. Well, not actually funny, but funny. Even after losing Lev and having Big Ben miss some games too, AB carried Pittsburgh to another playoff appearance that year, just to have to play Cincy in the wild card. Yo, Vontaze had got Bell up out of there week 8, then went on to separate Ben's shoulder and murder Antonio Brown on national television. He not only nuked this season for the Steelers, but everything low-key just started going downhill from here. Y'all remember how Lev had just got suspended the first 2 games the year prior for all the drug stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he did it again. Suspended for the first 3 games of 2016. Jesus. Came back week 4 and gave it to the Chiefs. He did a lot of teams bad that year. None worse than the Bills though. He gave them almost 300. This was an exciting year for Pittsburgh. They were really good, but more importantly, the Killer Bees were actually healthy come time for the offs. Lev specifically got right to work. Broke Pittsburgh's playoff single game rushing record with 167. He broke it the very next week with 170. Great work. But New England smushed them boys in the AFC Championship. It was time to re-up that contract and cut that check, which Pittsburgh did, kinda. Apparently they threw a deal at him, but Bell ain't want that, so they tagged him. He ain't like that. Most players don't, so he held out. Just the rest of the offseason though. Came back for the year and had another splendid campaign. Unfortunately for them, this was the year of Saxonville, and Pittsburgh lost to him in the offs. And just like that, it was right back to the contract disputes. Lev just wanted to get paid, dawg. Actually get what he thought he was worth. because the biggest things throughout their negotiations was with the guaranteed bread. He was great and heavily used, so he had to make sure he was gonna get his. Even said he wouldn't play in 18 or retire if he got tagged again. He got tagged again, but the Steelers was really just trying to buy some time to get something worked out. The final deal they offered was 5 for $70, but them guarantees was lacking. After allegedly almost signing it, he said no. Not only that, he was dead serious about not playing. He actually sat out the whole year. Word is, he ain't even actually want to do all that. A bunch of factors, mainly angry comments from his teammates, kept him away. James Conner was playing some good football at the time too, so things wasn't looking too good. After the season, the Steelers decided to go ahead and let Lev go. Nice, right? Not really. Lev's market had got kind of cold. A lot of his leverage was lost. But he ended up going to New York on a 4-year deal for $52.5 million. But it had $35 million guaranteed. I'll go ahead and keep this part short. Le'Veon Bell in New York was not it. Garbage juice. Not too much over a year later. They couldn't trade him since ain't nobody want him. They ain't want him, so they just cut him. And after that, he played on a couple other teams. Kansas City, Baltimore, Tampa Bay. But it was over, bro. He was cheeks. It's really a weird story. Definitely one filled with a lot of pride, clashing egos, and greed. But to be honest, I feel Le'Veon. I would have did the same thing. I ain't loyal, nor would I be a team player. These pro sports are businesses, and these front offices move as such. Soon as you ain't benefiting them no more, you gone. And these football careers are super volatile anyways. Never know when your time as one of them ones is up. Lev literally watched Ryan Shazier's career end on a random December night. Running backs specifically have boo-boo longevity, so he just wanted and needed to get his while he still could. The way it all unfolded definitely did mark the end of his career. At the end of the day, him and his style was perfect in Pittsburgh. As I mentioned earlier, it really was a match made in heaven. They had the firepower and O-line needed to make sure everybody shined. Cause post-Killer Bees, AB's career cooked. Big Ben ain't win no more playoff games, and obviously Lev was done too. So Bell, I do believe, is one of the single biggest reasons backs get treated the way they do now. The holdout, how buns he was after getting so much money, and the way that Pittsburgh still saw them some good running back play, even without him. So it's just like, why even pay running backs for real? But nowadays, I don't even know, I ain't gonna lie. I think he a rapper, and he for sure adding to the CTE cause he a boxer now. All that aside though, he was a great player whose legacy have absolutely been tarnished for things that ain't even football related. Hope y'all enjoyed this one right here. Just some more football content. I'm recording this Wednesday morning and I'm gonna try and get it out before the season start tomorrow night. Either way, hopefully this a cool little way to go ahead and bring in a new season. Like I said, hope y'all did enjoy this one. If you did, leave me a little like. Leave any kind of thoughts you got in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Tap in on my social medias too. I have them linked in the description and all that. And I'm gonna see y'all soon in the next one.